when I first came here. This was one of the biggest off-the-field goals I had, was to try and bring that game to Louisville for the first time in 20 years. Proud to say that we've been able to do that, and we're excited to host the women here. Obviously have a great relationship with that organization, and to bridge the two has been incredibly exciting. Excited to see Lynn Family Stadium full, and we're going to add in some seats and things that'll continue to push capacity. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to highlight these world-class facilities that our ownership group has so heavily invested in, and continue to build our relationship with not only the Sports Commission, but the Mayor's Office, the Governor's Office, all across the board. So a great opportunity for us to continue to grow soccer in our region.
Questions? You have a connection to the team, to the national team. Did you approach them and say, hey, we got a venue for you?
Yeah, so it really started in November of last year, trying to push to get this game here. This game is right on the cusp of the CBA mandated attendance number. So we've been able to add in some seats and things and work with various groups to get that to the point where we could be accepted by the PA to have this game here. So for us, it was talking in November what that looked like, bringing it to James and our ownership group on something to push, and then obviously trying to get it sealed, and that happened, I guess, about 6 weeks ago or so.
You mentioned that this was a long-term goal for you when you first got here. When did things maybe start to all fall together?
I think right at the beginning of the year, we started to really get some traction. They knew they had a 3-game window in November, and that gave an opportunity for us to host a game here. I think trying to put this together has been a great testament to the entire Soccer Holdings organization, all the way from the top down. There's been a lot of people involved. I think without them, this deal doesn't get done. So it's really great to have that kind of support, and now hopefully host this game in October and then move on to future games.
I imagine a lot of little things have to fall together for something like this to happen. I also imagine that having Savannah DeMello on TV.
It didn't, but I think it's a lot of people behind the scenes that you won't see, from finance to operations to communications. We have a great relationship with the Sports Commission there, and Louisville Tourism are helping to provide the additional bleachers. So it's a big group effort across the entire region, and I think that's what's important is bringing something like this to this city, to this stadium, is great for the club, but it's also great for our entire region.
There's one of many big things now that's come to the city already with Contract and now the Women's Cup, base camp for the World Cup.
Yeah.
This is starting to become a little bit more of a normal thing for the city. Why is that?
Well, I think it starts with the ambitiousness of our ownership group. They want to be in the forefront of international football, and I think that's so important. I think having a top-tier professional women's sports team here is important. What Lou City has done in the USL has helped. I think trying to continue to grow these relationships with the Sports Commission, with the Mayor's Office, with Governor Beshear, all those things that we're doing to try and entice these events to Louisville speaks volume to the growth of what's an exciting city.
Do you think hosting this match will translate to ticket sales specifically for racing?
I think it'll hopefully help. We want to fill this stadium up. I think that's such an important piece of it. There's, you can now put down a deposit for 2025 season tickets and be in the pre-sale. So we're excited by bringing in new fans to Lynn Family Stadium, showing them the experience they can have, and then having them come back week after week for the NWSL.
This team normally plays large stadiums, football stadiums. I mean, what was the selling point? How did you convince them to come play in a small venue like this?
It wasn't easy. They did want to play in an NFL stadium, but to us it was talking about the facilities that we have from a training environment and from a stadium environment. And I think that's so important to show that we can continue to grow soccer outside of just the standard market. That was a big selling point. How can we continue to grow in an NWSL market who has invested in the top professional sports team in women's soccer in this country, and how can we continue to grow it? And I think coming here is a testament of U.S. Soccer to show that they want to continue to grow soccer not only in big markets but also in other regions that are untapped. Well, we have great restaurants, we have great drinking establishments, we have great hospitality. And I think that's what we want to showcase is when the U.S. national team steps off their plane, they're greeted by incredible hospitality, great facilities that are world class. You have a lot of players in the NWSL who play on that team. I want them to see our training facility, I want them to see our locker room, and I want them to experience what Louisville has to offer. And I think that's all pieces of what racing's building and how we continue to grow on it.
Now, I know your experience on the side
It does. So we originally started talking to them about hosting both the women's and the men's game. The men's schedule didn't allow it, but we are still pushing to continue to have them, the men here at some point in the future, and I think open the door to the women coming back as well. So
For the casual soccer fan or even non-casual soccer fan, what is this game? Is it a friendly, and who is Argentina? How good are they?
it's a friendly. Argentina's been in the World Cup. They didn't make the Olympics, but think about it this way. I think we've all turned into the Olympics. The U.S. is playing Germany later this week in terms of an Olympic semifinal with a chance to go to a medal game. That team is going to be on this field here. So I think it's a great opportunity for casual soccer fans to see the best in the world. Argentina has a lot of great players, some that play in the NWSL, and we'd love to have them continue to experience Louisville and continue to come back.
I mean, it's huge. I mean, I think it's been, decades since the US team were last here. So I think for us as a community to be able to host a game like this is phenomenal. You add into the fact that we have multiple international teams coming. We've obviously this coming weekend we've got the Women's Cup with Juventus, Palmeiras and Colo-Colo. Given last week we had Frankfurt. So I think when you look at what the organisation is doing to try to build the international scene, I think it's huge. But to host the US Women's National Team is the pinnacle for us. This is a huge event.
James, you're somebody who's personally invested so much in soccer here in the city of Louisville. When a national stage looks at the city for that game, what do you want them to see about this place as a soccer market and as a growing market?
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, we obviously want to fill the stadium, which we're very confident we're going to do. But not only that, we want people to come and to experience the city, to understand what Louisville has to offer. Obviously, our training ground has been a huge focus of attention, and Frankfurt were very complimentary about our training facilities. But we want people to see what's in Louisville. We want people to see this wonderful stadium. We want them to see our training facilities, and we want them to see how serious we are about professional soccer.
James, how did this come about here? Did you guys approach that team, or did the team approach you guys looking for a venue? How did that work?
Ryan Dell deserves all the credit. Ryan obviously is heavily connected with US soccer, and I think that was one of his goals, was to try to bring the team here. So credit to Ryan. I mean, to be able to pull that off is phenomenal. So we're just super excited and very appreciative of the fact that we're going to host such a game.
Tell us about this Argentina team. Are they any good?
I mean, we'll tell you after the game. I'll leave that up to Emma Hayes to dictate that. But I think for us, it's incredible that we're even talking about hosting a game like that and talking about international teams coming to the Lynn Family Stadium. It's when you look at where the organisation started a decade ago to now be in a position where we're hosting a game like that, everyone deserves enormous credit.
It's been a long 20 years since the last time the U.S. women's team came here. Where do you even begin to say how night and day this city has grown as a soccer city?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I wasn't even here 20 years ago, so I think when you look at the growth of the organisation and you look at how the city has embraced both teams, I think it's been incredible. It's been a joy to watch, and we're just super excited for the future, and the trend is going in the right direction, and we're honoured to host such a game.
This stadium just hosted a team from the Bundesliga. It's about to host the Women's Cup.
Yeah.
Later it's going to be a base camp for the World Cup. Now you have the U.S. Women's National Team coming. Those are a lot of big things that are happening in a short period of time.
Yeah.
Why do these big things continue to happen to a city like Louisville?
I think it's testament to our ownership's ambition, and I think it's also testament to the relationship that we have with the city. I think we're all aligned on trying to really put Louisville on the map, and I think when you look at some of the games that we've had, some of the opportunities that are coming up, I think it's a testament to the hard work from ownership through to ourselves, through to the city, to make sure that we're really intentional about grabbing some of these opportunities and bringing them to Louisville.
James, when you first hired Ryan, did you ever envision something like this happening, like his connections playing into something like this?
I mean, obviously we're very hopeful. I think given Ryan's background and his experience with working with the US Women's National Team, we're very hopeful that will help bridge not only the relationship with, we'll say, the US Women's National Team, but also the underage teams. I think we've got some really exciting talent in the academy, and the more exposure we can get to giving our players access to whether it's a youth national team or a senior national team, it's phenomenal. So it's a really exciting game for us. I know our own players will be truly excited, and they'll be hopefully desperate to try to make the squad to be involved. So I think all in, it's a phenomenal opportunity for all of us.
Do you think it's going to sell well?
It'll sell really well. Yeah, absolutely, it'll sell. So I think for us again, it's a wonderful opportunity for our supporters to be able to come to their home venue and watch the national team. So we're super excited by it.